Hi Innovators, my name is 𝐓𝐞𝐞𝐭𝐚𝐧𝐢 and let's explore physics today. If you're just coming across this video, make sure you hit the follow button to see more exciting videos on my page. So before we move on, let's check out those who got the trivia questions on motion part 1. On TikTok was Debbie and on YouTube was 𝐓𝐞𝐞𝐿2. You guys are absolutely correct. 𝐓𝐞𝐞𝐿 proposed 3 laws of motion, and that's what we're going to be checking out today. Newton's first law of motion states that an object at rest or in uniform motion is going to continue in that state unless if acted upon by an external force. Let's observe this animal over here. The animal here was actually sleeping, but on the sound of the alarm, it woke up. The alarm here is the external force. If this alarm had it wrong, the animal is going to get up. Or let's observe a moving vehicle, okay, like this here. Let's say it's moving at the constant velocity of 20 meters per second. You know, if there was like a car at the back trying to pursue it, it's actually going to change its speed from 20 meters per second to about 80 meters per second. So the external force acting on this car is the other car at the back trying to pursue it. Newton's first law of motion is also known as the law of inertia. Moving on to the second law, Newton's second law of motion states that the force acting on a body is actually dependent on 2 variables, that is the acceleration and the mass. I'm going to explain this. This means that the higher the mass, the more force you're going to put to it, and the lesser the acceleration. But the lower the mass, the less force you apply to it, and the higher the acceleration. This law is also known as the law of acceleration. Moving on to the last law, which is known as the Newton's third law of motion. This law is known as the law of action and reaction. The law says that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, like a rocket proportional. Can you see? The action here is the action of the gases that is acting on the floor, and the reaction is the force exerted by the ground on the rocket, which pushes it further. But I want us to relate this to a real life experience. I'm going to perform the Mentos Coke experiment. Yes, we're ready. What is scientist without a lab coat? As a scientist, you have to get your lab coat on during experiments, whether big or small. Okay, this is just to show you guys a typical example of an action and a reaction. I'm going to open my bottle of Coke. Oh, you can hear that sound. And I'm going to put in as much Mentos sweet as I can put. I'm going to have a reaction, but let's check what the reaction is all about. See me here, making everything out. Trying to put like 5 at the same time. So let's see the reaction this is going to give us. Like I said, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Whoa! This is the reaction! Oh wait, this is actually very fun. This is actually very fun. Because of this reaction is the reaction here is the raw surface of the minty sweet, and the reaction here is the release of carbon dioxide, as we can all see. So this is a typical example of Newton's third law of motion. Let me clear this place up. Okay, that was a short fun experiment. I felt like a scientist. Okay, so my action was, the addition of the Mentos sweet. The Mentos sweet has a very rough surface on it, and this triggered the release of the carbon dioxide from the drink. The carbon dioxide is actually responsible for the refreshing taste we get from our soda. So that's what we need to know about the laws of motion. Okay, so now it's trivia time. My question to you guys is, the reluctance of a body at rest to move and a body already moving to stop is known as what? Your answer should be in the comment section, and the first person to answer this is going to be acknowledged in my next video. That's what we need to know about motion. And as usual, make sure you like and follow, and make sure you give a love reaction. Of course, I'm taking my Coke with me.